Bonjour les amis, je prépare tout un jour avant le Let's Play Horrifique 3. On termine l'épisode 1 parce que j'avais fait une petite erreur sur mon ancien live. J'ai pensé que c'était la fin de l'épisode 1, finalement non. Donc on termine l'épisode 1, on fait l'épisode 2 et fin du live. Ouais, je vais faire l'épisode 2 sur tout le live, comme ça on s'est fait. Et on se retrouve dimanche prochain en live du coup. Voilà, donc Lego, hop là, lecture de données. Ouais, voilà, j'étais toujours sur l'épisode 1. Donc on termine l'épisode 1, on fait l'épisode 2 entièrement. Hop là. Hop là, il y a déjà quelqu'un et des commentaires. J'arrive, j'arrive. J'arrive. Salut, j'ai fini. Pour moi, le jeu est court, mais c'est bien. Ah bah écoute, tant mieux, chiant, tant mieux. Alors, cette page me permet de lecture de cours de choisir. Par contre, moi j'ai eu des bugs de son. Moi aussi j'ai eu des bugs de son. Il y a toute une cinématique où tu vas avoir pas de son quoi. Et d'ailleurs, hein, j'ai reçu le Baby Yoda. Voilà.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Donc là, il joue aux échecs.
What a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late. And we have much to discuss. One last
C'est un jeu
move?
français, hein, ça se voit. Hein. Avec l'accent un peu escornu.
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
Bon bah très bien, on va faire ça vite.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint,
Il y a des
lime
commentaires.
flower, and valerian.
Juste que je regarde
My
pas, je regarde mon
miracle
téléphone, hein.
remedy when
Je peux
one
pas.
can't get to
Je
sleep.
pense que c'est
A very good
ce
night to
jeu
you,
est
Mr.
classé
Zed.
horreur à cause du gars en rouge.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
C'est vrai qu'il a une tête à faire un petit peu peur, n'empêche. Hein. Ah, mon bébé Yoda. Ouais, il est d'accord. Oui, t'es d'accord. Hein. Oh, sinon Kenny, ça va ou pas? Parce que du coup, je t'ai pas demandé. Oui, mon bébé Yoda, oui, oui. Chut, allez, endors-toi. Mais Michael Myers est terrifié. Ah bah, il approuve ta blague aussi, bébé Yoda. Oui. Oui, bah c'est bon, je vais répondre à la porte. Ça
Excuse
va et
me.
toi? Bah
Am I
écoute, moi ça va,
bothering
hein.
you?
Ça va, hein.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
No. What's her
Allez, fais
name
appel à la
again?
force.
Elizabeth Adams. Well,
Yeah.
she is the daughter of my
Ah,
friend,
mets un
the
petit
Vice
like, hein,
President,
Kenny, hein,
John
comme d'habitude, hein,
Adams.
ça donne de la
But she
force
is
à la chaîne.
supposed to be dead.
Yeah,
Ah, je vais vous
that's
proposer pas
bizarre.
mal de
Fair
gameplay
enough.
exclusifs sur la
heavens.
chaîne en ce moment, là,
I
entre
was
Watch Dogs
present at
Legion
her
et FIFA
funeral.
21.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth
J'ai
while
même
I search her
l'approbation la
room.
plus grande Jedi.
And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I
Enfin,
hope
c'est
so.
The Shield, hein, Baby Yoda de la
Elizabeth
série
is
The
in the small
Mandalorian.
salon.
La saison
If
2
you
arrive,
hurry,
je
you
pense
can
que
still
sur
catch
Disney+,
her.
d'ailleurs.
I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is
Je
true,
ne manquerai pas
there
d'en
are
faire
two
une
men
petite
nearby
vidéo.
discussing very important issues, and
Aider George
one of them looks
Washington.
much
Oh.
like Mortimer. Washington is very
Enquêter sur ma
kind, but
vision.
I
Non,
came
mais-
to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories. Sir, I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help one day.
T'as des
I
photos
must
hein,
act
de Baby
swiftly.
Yoda sur mon
I'll search my
Instagram,
room later.
en exclusivité. Hein. L'unboxing, tous les unboxings ne sont plus sur ma chaîne YouTube, ça sera en exclusivité. Hein. L'unboxing de la PlayStation 5 sera en exclusivité sur mon Instagram d'ailleurs. Donc si c'est pas déjà fait, abonne-toi. Et pareil pour mon Twitter. Espionner les hommes de votre vision. Bah oui, mais ça c'est qu'il faut aller plus loin.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Ah merde, d'accord. Il faut aller par là.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ok.
I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
Il existe plusieurs chemins pour atteindre votre objectif. Il est peut-être bon de réfléchir avant de vous engager pour la première fois, sur la première voie que vous trouvez. Très bien. Non, c'est pas là visiblement.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but an important meeting is underway. My instructions are to let no one pass.
I see. So that's where it's happening in that room. I've just gotta... I don't recognize anything in here. This must not be the room for my vision. A pattern with 4 circles.
Ouais, bah oui, c'est vrai en plus. Hein. Allez, merde. J'ai ni la clé ni le point pour déverrouiller le truc. Oh, merde. Effectivement, Baby Yoda se fait sauver
A
par
letter
Mandalorian à la fin de la saison 1.
addressed to the French Revolutionary Court.
Mais on va pas se mentir, il
He
est
wants to
mignon,
show
hein,
them
Baby
his
Yoda.
loyalty, and for
Et
that,
j'ai tous les produits dérivés chez moi dans ma
includes a
chambre.
list of guillotinable people.
J'ai 6 Baby Yoda
Women,
dans ma
children, precautionary beheadings. This man would kill them all. This man's ruthless.
Non mais je suis vraiment gaga hein, de ce personnage, il est trop chou.
Fine quality boots. Given the size of them, the man they belong to must be pretty big. Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it.
Bah ouais, surtout que
This is
Baby
valuable
Yoda allume
information.
la radio du
I shouldn't
vaisseau.
be lying around.
Ouais, à ce parti-là, elle m'a fait hurler de rire. Non, franchement, ouais, franchement, il est trop chou.
Dear friend,
Attends, c'était quoi le mot?
dear friend,
Mon ami,
Please
je vous
come
prie
and
de me
join
rejoindre
us.
prestement.
We must meet
Ah,
about
ta
the
gueule,
ongoing
je
operations in
lis.
Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in
Oui, mais mec, ça
Calais
sert à rien de
and
parler en
will
anglais parce
take
que je
you
peux
to
le lire. Hein.
Dover anyway.
Je vais le laisser lire parce que
From
sinon,
there, a
Chanty, il
carriage
va
will
me
take you to the
perturber.
port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you.
Bon, allez, c'est plus saoul. Flemme. Trop la chance que t'aies un Baby Yoda. J'ai pas un Baby Yoda, j'ai 6 Baby Yoda. La version animatronique de Hasbro, la version Mattel, la version Black Series et les 2 Funko Pop. J'ai pas la clé.
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
Quel palmarès. T'as vu hein.
That's not the right way.
Ce n'est pas par là, bon d'accord. Alors attends parce que...
Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Whose room is this?
A guest.
Apparently a French soldier. All right.
Perhaps I should change my approach.
Listen,
On va essayer
I'm an
de
insomniac,
de
and Sir
l'éloigner.
Holm told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Holmes gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping draught. What was it again?
Menthe poivrée, tilleul et valériane. Menthe poivrée, trèche, valériane.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian.
Yes, it's herbal tea. I'll go and make it for you at once, sir.
I'll wait for you in my room.
I need to find a place to watch undisturbed.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans cette chambre, bordel de merde?
It's a beautiful weapon, my dearest son. I'm writing to implore you to act
Alors par
quickly.
contre, je suis addict à la
Situation is
bande-annonce de
rapidly
OSS
worsening here.
117.3. Tout
Paoli
à fait, moi
continues.
aussi. Elle est disponible sur mon Instagram si tu veux.
A bicorn
Bah, je vais te mettre un
decorated
petit
with a
lien, comme ça tu
cockade.
vas pouvoir
Must belong
Instagram et
to a-
Twitter.
The Battle of Alexander Decius, or How Alexander the Great Triumphed. The Prince, by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Ah, t'es abonné à mon Instagram? Et du coup, bah merci, écoute. Hein. Dans ta bio, c'est écrit je me suis
I've
abonné.
got to find another spot.
Ok, super, bah écoute, merci. Hein. Et fais pareil pour Twitter hein, si tu as.
The Battle of Alexander Decius, or How Alexander the Great Triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. Ah, this window opens onto the balcony.
Le Baby Yoda est beau. Moi, t'as vu, il est chou. Hein.
Okay, so that means the other room must be on my right.
Et t'as vu, hein, je l'ai désossé, hein, je voulais voir ce qu'il y avait à l'intérieur et tout. Alors là-dedans, il y a du liquide de refroidissement.
Sir, I understand your eagerness,
C'est dingue, hein,
but
du
the
liquide de
pressure
refroidissement.
on my family
Et tout un
complicates
circuit
the
imprimé
task.
avec un moteur et
Relax,
tout.
my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
Pour un si petit
So what
jouet,
I
c'est
saw in
dingue,
my
hein, toute
vision
la
really did
technologie
happen.
qu'il y a quand même.
Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely.
Pauvre baby Yoda.
I have concluded an
Ah, mais
agreement
c'est
with
pour les
their
biens de la
leader,
science.
Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up. De Richet has disappeared.
Disappeared? What? Here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on.
Alors attends, c'est
A
toi,
right-hand man has just arrived
toi
here to help us
Gacha,
find her.
le Gacha
And
du
it is
manga,
none
c'est ça?
other than her son,
T'es abonné?
Louis Maurras de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
Le Gacha du
Louis.
manga, c'est bien toi?
Not an easy name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Ma'am.
Ça se voit que le Napoléon est français baguette. Lol. Opportunité manquée. Ah merde, j'ai pas... Fais gaffe,
Well, I better get away from here.
j'aurais mieux te décomper. Bon, d'accord. Faut vraiment que je reste concentré parce que sinon je fais des courdes et je rate des trucs. C'est dommage. Mais ouais, t'as raison, ce sont des acteurs en français qui ont fait les paroles en anglais. Je sais pas pourquoi. Ah, l'appel de la force. Je sais pas si tu l'entends, le bébé Yoda, quand il fait ses bruits et tout.
Louis?
Emily?
1, 2, 3.
I can explain.
Perhaps, but remains...
Décondensé. Un interlocuteur vous a mis en défaut. D'accord.
But first, you could perhaps
Wow,
remove the
okay.
blade from my throat?
You have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
Madam, 10 seconds isn't enough for me to tell you how sorry I really am for having entered your room, and I mean that sincerely.
That's a good start. What are you doing in my room?
I thought a night's stroll would help me
Merde,
sleep
j'ai
better.
plus de
A
points de
servant
vie.
must have closed the window behind me and...
And my window was the only way for you to get back inside.
Étape réussie,
Most
bien.
convincing.
Au moins, on y
What
arrive.
were you really doing on the balcony?
Going outside was the only way I could listen to what was being said in the room next door. If you knew the trouble I went through to get to the balcony, that reminds me of a story. Last time I was in Madrid, I had to climb up a church and...
Louis, your little anecdote is quite fascinating, but please stop wasting my time. Has this anything to do with the Order? Oh, yes. Washington informed me you were part of the Order.
You too? You're part of this too?
Yes. Now answer. Do these events concern me? Do they involve the Golden Order?
I overheard a conversation between a French soldier and some other individual.
And what were they talking about?
It seems Mother is involved, something about a military campaign. Apparently my mother validated an order of cannons
Je
to
suis
help
un
this
Kenny
man.
de
Really?
là-bas.
Since when
Sur
does the
Insta.
Order finance wars?
Ok, ok.
As far as I know,
Bah écoute,
since
bah,
never.
abonne-toi hein,
Did they give any
à mon
details? A
Instagram.
date?
Alors attends.
What they were for?
Nothing at all. Did you know anything about this?
No, but I won't forget. Thank you. All right, Louis, I might have overreacted a bit. Please do excuse me, but next time, please try knocking on my door. I'd be delighted to
Bien.
open it for you.
Oh, well, I'll remember in that case. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Louis.
Allez, le lien de mon Instagram. Je le passe dans les commentaires. Et le lien de mon Twitter, pareil, je te le passe dans les commentaires. Alors, comment on... Twitter j'ai pas, je suis déjà abo. Twitter j'ai pas. Ah bon bah c'est pas grave. Bah écoute, au moins tu t'es abo à mon Insta, c'est cool, merci mon pote. Alors. Retournez vous coucher. Ah parce que c'est même pas le soir. Mais du coup ma baraque elle est où?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ma chambre elle est où déjà? Oh fuck me.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? Oh?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Pilote-le chiant.
It would have been my pleasure, but I don't have it with me, Your Eminence.
Why is that?
You remember that I came here to meet my mother. Well, I still haven't found her, and it's beginning to worry me. Given the importance of your letter and not knowing where it all might lead me, I've hidden it. His Eminence wouldn't want me to take the slightest risk, would he?
Excellent initiative, my son. But please tell me you haven't simply left it in your room, my son.
Don't worry. It is perfectly safe and sound.
Certainly, but where?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to say.
Twitter t'as pas.
The
Bon, c'est
walls
pas grave
have
mon pote.
ears here, and I refuse
It's
to
not
put
grave,
any of
hein.
these people in danger. Give me the name you wanted to add, and I'll pass it on to my mother.
Very well. You seem to know what you're doing. Here is the name. Jean-Baptiste Joseph Goebel.
Non,
Don't
non,
forget
ah,
to give this
merde.
name to your mother, or a
Je
good
pouvais
man
pas parce que
will
j'avais
end
pas,
up
j'avais pas
dead.
de points de
Are you
vie.
prepared to trust me or
Ah,
not?
commentaire, je vois.
Of course, my son.
Lui à la forêt
Have a good
d'Amazonie à la
night.
place de ses cheveux. Lol. Bordelais. Alors attends.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal
Retournez vous
Piaggi.
coucher. Ok, mais il faut que je trouve ma chambre. Et du coup, si j'ai pas ma chambre, je ne pourrai pas retourner ma chambre. Et si je
Duke
commence-
Manuel Godoy.
Bon, ah oui, je m'en souviens. J'ai rien dit. Ah merde. Ah, c'est pas un jeu. C'est pas un jeu d'horreur de tout ce jeu. C'est un jeu semi-horreur. En fait, ça va. L'horreur va arriver un peu plus tard, en fait.
That's not the right way.
Tu vas voir, on va faire des incantations voodoo, on va faire de l'occuliste, enfin de l'occulisme. Oh putain, on va faire du occultisme, pardon. Donc voilà, des choses assez glauques.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Totatus testas. Après, qu'est-ce qu'il faut dire, c'est qu'il y a des gens qui gagnent leur vie avec ça, quoi.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Putain. J'habite où, moi? Ah, putain.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Balade nocturne. Alors.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Allez, hop, 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 hop. Alors. Bon, alors là, ça y est, on s'est levé. Il fait beau, il fait chaud, il y a les meufs qui... Pardon. Alors attendez, parce que j'ai reçu un message. Alors, attendez, parce que je reçois des messages, du coup faut que je réponde. Hop là, désolé hein, parce que j'étais en train de Tos, testas, tos. Hop là. Peut-on prendre... Enfin,
Nothing.
Merde, j'ai pas de... Non, j'ai pas. Cherchez des traces de votre mère. Sur la terrasse. Alors le paysage, on l'a pas vraiment... Bof. Ouais.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Hop là.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Bon, va. Bon, ok. Alors...
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Ah, d'accord, on peut pas sortir tant qu'on n'a pas fait...
This bookcase is well stocked.
Ouais, ça se trouve c'est une...
Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
Ah, c'est un...
A
C'est un faux
voyage
livre,
around the
avec
world. The travel
un faux
log of
livre.
the explorer, Louis-Antoine de
Je sais pas ce que j'ai
Bougainville. One of Mother's
C'est la
favorite
fatigue,
books.
tout à fait.
What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Ah, je peux pas le lire.
Not far from solving the puzzle, I must keep searching. Saturn devouring his sun. Again? Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy. Before Saint Jerome and the angel.
Alors Saint-Jérôme et l'ange.
There's a circle around the lock here.
Il y a un code, ouais bah oui. Ah, la clé, faut la trouver.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas? I haven't even had time to unpack my cake. The inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew
Bien,
writing
monsieur
his
de
gospel,
Richet.
dictated to him by voices.
Clé à un cercle. Oh. Oh. Nouvelle-France.
There's a circle around the lock here.
Il y a un cercle dans la série. Oui, il faut
Must be
utiliser
the
la clé.
trunk Mortimer
Faut
was
utiliser la clé.
talking
La clé,
about.
la clé, la clé,
The key
la
should
clé,
open
la
it.
clé, la 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 clé. Faut trouver la clé. Là, ouais, c'est bon. Allez, ouvre. Qu'y a-t-il dedans? Une pierre et un pot en cire, donc. D'accord.
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richet.
À
To
remettre
be
à son
given
fils
to her
Louis.
son, Louis. I should probably take it.
Bon, très bien. Vous venez de trouver un fragment d'ambre. Ramassez-en 4 pour augmenter vos points d'effort maximum de 1.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Ah, t'as limite trié. T'as vu, hein. Ah là là. Est-ce qu'on peut toujours pas... On ne peut toujours pas le...
Not far from solving the puzzle, I must keep searching. Inferno by Dante.
Ok, alors attends, parce que...
Abandon hope,
il faut
all
ramasser...
ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
personnage.
Writing material.
Un truc pour écrire et de la plume et de l'encre tout ça quoi.
Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Attends, on est sur un truc de ouf là. On est sur une enquête de malade.
The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
On est sur un truc de malade. On est sur un truc de malade, là ça y est, on est sur la fin. Pourquoi je fais ça moi?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Allez, on va mettre du citron sur le livre pour... Et voilà, allez.
That wasn't it. Not to mention I covered half the page with lemon juice. Great. Louis. Lemon's used to write secret messages, not to reveal them. I'll have to try something else. Saturn devouring a sun. Again? Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
J'ai pas vu ça moi. La cendre. Oh, ça doit être chaud. Ah mais oui mon nain, c'est un truc de malade. Moi je parle comme ça, qu'est-ce que tu vas faire? Allez, étaler la cendre.
Damn,
Pauvre lit, il en
making a serious mess here. It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon.
On est en train
Luckily,
de
I've only
salir
put ash
tous les
on
gars
part
là.
of the message.
Ah les deux en même temps je pense.
Nothing
Mettre du
here.
thé dessus.
I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Prendre l'encre. Bah oui, de l'encre. Pourquoi je n'ai pas y pensé plus tôt, voyons. Bah l'encre, plus la cendre, plus le citron, et ça fait le message...
Well, so it wasn't that, and I've just stained half the page. Ink is always used to write a message, never to reveal one. I must find something else.
Ah bordel.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Oh.
Secret writing. Many people use this method for their secret correspondences. Light the flame and the ink appears. Secret writing. Many people use this method for their secret correspondences.
Il faut prendre...
Light the flame and the ink appears.
Ah d'accord, en fait il fait pas, il réfléchit vraiment à l'usage en fait. D'accord, donc c'est une perte de temps de ouf le truc. Laissez le bourgeois, prendre le bourgeois. Le bougeoir. Il le met dans sa poche. Eh frère, tu vas cramer un chez quelqu'un.
It's working. The heat reveals the message.
Ah putain, quand même.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you
Là où
up,
tous les
you
regards
must
te
pass by the
croisent,
Gorgon.
tu devras passer
Gorgon
le
was the name of
Gorgon était
Medusa
le
in
nom.
Greek mythology.
Était le nom de la
On the
méduse dans
other
la
hand,
mythologie grecque.
where
Par
all
contre, là où
eyes
tous les
size you
regards
up,
te croisent, je ne vois pas
I
du
don't get
tout.
it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great.
Vraiment, on
I
est à
hope it
moitié
wasn't
du
a
fait.
unique edition or mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Ok,
Typical.
super.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well,
Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Bah, let's go manger, hein.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Ah d'accord.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
Ah non, d'accord, faut vraiment qu'il aille faire un tour dans les autres chambres.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
D'accord, là, il peut pas. Là, il peut pas. On va faire un tour dans les autres chambres. Ok, non.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Merde.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Je suis Napoléon Bonaparte. Hein.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
On peut pas rentrer. Là non plus. Là non plus. Là on peut pas rentrer. Hop là, non, là non plus. Là non plus. Là. Ah, ah.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
Non frère, on va forcer. Eh ben non. On peut pas.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Alors on rentre dans un truc un peu glauque hein. Ouah, chaud.
June 11th. August 24th. A Bazan. Devil's Thorn. Looks like I found a box
Un boîtier
containing
contenant,
some kind of white
d'accord.
crystals. Well, let's see what it tastes like. Ugh.
Pas très bon
I
hein.
really need to stop tasting everything I find now.
Bah tu m'étonnes. Et vous avez heurté une immunité, un point d'effort est bloqué, utilisez un élixir d'or pour vous soigner. Alors un élixir d'or.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society. My dear Elizabeth.
Ah, il y a
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Bon, on va s'éloigner, on va essayer de trouver la clé. Et je pense que comme l'autre là avant, on va trouver assez facilement, je pense. On peut pas. Bon. Rejoignez le salon rouge au rez-de-chaussée. Bien, bah let's go hein. Faut que j'aille au rez-de-chaussée donc let's go.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Hello. You're Elizabeth Adams, aren't you?
Yes, I regret that we haven't been properly introduced.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to your eye?
I had a bad fall.
Looks more like a punch to me.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you?
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
There's no way my mother just did that to you out of spite. However horrible the things she did were, I've got to believe she did it in your best interest.
Do you have any idea how stupid that sounds?
Fuck.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about Jemple.
You mean the woman who left me in the hands of your mother? The woman whose duty it was to give up her life to protect me? I disowned my mother when I turned 13.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned her.
I've got nothing more to say to you. Figure it out yourself.
Ok. On s'est fait une ennemie. Génial. Et c'est potentiellement une psychopathe. Hein, Voilà, clairement, je vous le dis. C'est pas lui, copain. Allez.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Ok. Alors, mon inventaire. Ah, c'est peut-être là. D'accord.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Please feel at home.
As for myself, I did not know.
Yes,
Peru looks
Wow.
totally out of place.
That way.
He's counting the 10 sets of cutlery around each plate? The man is completely lost.
Well, how very
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
That's right.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself.
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Show us your teeth. 15 years ago, anche te melone.
Ok.
Prussian-Britannic coalition is not good for France. The last time we fought against them, our empire went up in smoke.
Is the wine to your liking?
Ah, il est
Very
moche.
much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Ok, il faut vraiment reprendre.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mention that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
What do you think of Volner?
If you had helped me last night, I might have been willing to answer you. But that was not the case.
Yes, I heard the news.
Le mec, il
Monsieur
blanche.
de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please? Oh.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a, il fait qui lui encore?
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Début de la confrontation.
Well,
Wow, wow,
and
confrontation.
for that,
Bam, bam,
I
bam.
have a little
Alors.
question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of
Step
50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Absolutely. 50,000 louis d'or in hard cash.
The offer I'm talking about was for only 20,000 louis d'or, Monsieur de Richet. The truth is, you really have no idea about wasting my time. I need to work with people I can have confidence in, sir.
The exact numbers may have escaped me. I suggest you wait for my mother's return in order to manage such details.
I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
It's time for Girondins and Montagnards to come together at last and give rise to a republic worthy of all the spilled blood. Both parties must put an end to their petty quarrels for the good of all.
Il est un peu
Neither
maigre.
side will ever accept the advice of the other. It's simply a lost cause.
Okay.
I think there must be a misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me, please.
Bravo, Louis. Total fiasco.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
Bah bravo. Oh mon dieu, quel incroyable diplomate celui-là. quelle diplomatie.
Washington is a very gifted speaker. Leave him for 5 minutes with sworn enemies and he'll convince them to be friends for life.
Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Bon, là c'est pas la fin de l'épisode 1, c'est vraiment...
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Trouvez le lieu évoqué par votre mère. Bon, très bien. Bon, là... Oh! Attends, on recommence du début.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it. A few pages out of a Bazant.
Bon, très bien, on va voir. Hein. Que cela vaut. Trouvez le lieu évoqué par votre mère. Bah c'est là je pense.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Ouais. Non, c'est des serpents ça.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Alors... vers la méduse parce que... Visiblement on ne peut pas. Côté la statuette. Bon. Là... va l'ouvrir, c'est génial. Ah, qu'est-ce donc?
The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. There's an extra line in the Latin translation. The night light was reflected in the shield and blinded the monster.
Le latin c'est toujours
So the
mieux, c'est
hero with the
toujours
sword seized the
over quoi.
opportunity and cut off its
En
head.
mode over quoi. Le mec.
Hang on.
La page en français.
This
En lis
version
les
is
deux.
significantly different from the
Comme
regular
ça, y a
one.
pas de
It
jaloux.
recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Ah, non, 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 non. Bon. On va... Merde. On va voir ce que l'autre là... Merde. Bon. Enfin, on le fait vraiment au pifomètre. Hein. On le fait vraiment au pifomètre. Hein. Et c'est ouf. Et si franchement on y arrive, waouh.
When I see the lantern and the shield, I can't help thinking back to my
Ah
childhood.
salut Kenny,
Mr.
salut lol, comment
our
vas-tu?
teacher. As soon as the sun came out, I got a kick out of distracting him with the inkwell by deflecting the light with it. I'd turn it in such a way as to direct a spot of light onto his face, not strong enough to dazzle him, but just enough to annoy him.
Bah moi
Hey,
ça va, écoute. Hein.
What if I tried to annoy the Medusa with the lamp on the shield? Position it just right, and it might work.
La lanterne et le machin vers la Méduse. Ah mais lui c'est... Là les deux ils se regardent. Alors... Eh bah merde. Ah.
When I see the lantern and the shield, I can't help thinking back to my childhood. Mr. Dorfer, our teacher. As soon as the sun came out, I got a kick out of distracting him with the inkwell by deflecting the light with it. I'd turn it in such a way as to direct a spot of light onto his face, not strong enough to dazzle him, but
just enough to annoy him. Hey, what if I tried to annoy the Medusa with the lamp on the shield? Position it just right, and it might work.
Ok, j'ai compris. Oh merde.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
La lanterne, la lanterne, la lanterne. Oh là là, bordel. Ah mais oui. Alors? Alors là, alors là, je suis complètement paumé.
When I see the lantern and the shield, I can't help thinking back to my childhood. Mr. Dorfer, our teacher. As soon as the sun came out, I got a kick out of distracting him with the inkwell by deflecting the light with it. I'd turn it in such a way as to direct a spot of light onto his face, not strong enough to dazzle him, but just enough to annoy him. Hey, what if I tried to annoy the Medusa with the lamp on the shield? Position it just right, and it might work.
Et si j'essaie d'agacer ma méduse avec la lampe et le bouclier? Lampe et bouclier. Alors on peut pas la prendre la lampe.
Looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Collègue, et c'est tout ce que tu dis? Ah. Ok.
A painting with no name.
Oh. Eh ben il était temps, hein. Wow. Enfin. Bah ouais, enfin. Ah putain.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
First my room, now here. Stop following me, you're becoming a nuisance.
Wait a minute, you're not implying that I'm here to court you, are you?
Oh, Louis, I'm just stating the obvious. You wouldn't be the first, rest assured.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. The worst thing is it seems to be working.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
I was feeling a bit peckish. I went in search of the kitchen and I ended up here.
Your sense of direction is mind-boggling, isn't it? Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam. A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
On doit rien dire.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath.
On ne doit rien dire, c'est une vraie connasse. On ne va rien dire avec elle. Parce que je sens que... voilà.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
On ne va rien dire.
Amber crystals.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
These documents must be fakes. No man can own that many original works, no matter how rich he is.
Be careful. The Order has tried many times to estimate his personal wealth without ever succeeding.
And look here. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in Italy,
Districts in Venice? He's richer than some European countries.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something. Carry on searching.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. I can't trust a man who sneaks into my room in the middle of the night.
Are you really gonna use that against me every time we meet?
It's difficult to pretend nothing happened. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
You trusted me last night. My being in your room was a bit odd, I'll give you that. And you might have taken me for a thief, or worse. But I managed to explain myself, right? Look at us. I wonder what Mortimer would think if he found us here. Let's trust each other, Emily. We are partners in crime now.
That I grant you. I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help.
Attendez, on va voir s'il y a des talons à...
Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Étape 2, alors. En psychologie.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Yes. You're the kind of girl who gets by on her own and who shares nothing.
The fact is, you are completely mistaken about me. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
Oh putain. Une femme, un homme.
chances are you're working with a member of the Order.
The only members of the Order other than ourselves are your mother and Mr. Washington. The former has sadly gone missing. As for the latter, I knew nothing of his arrival. Incidentally, you must have noticed how inefficiently our Order communicates internationally.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis. Your mother is not my partner.
Your husband, of course.
My husband? He can't even walk without a cane. Poor old man. Let him live out the rest of his days in peace.
How nice for him.
Right, time is short. You haven't convinced me. I prefer to remain discreet. Don't take it the wrong way. All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister. And if I reacted so strongly at the sight of the cameo pendant, it's because I thought it belonged to her. But it doesn't.
I understand. I won't insist.
It's time to leave.
Bon bah très bien. Allez go, ça dégage. J'ai perdu. Qu'est-ce que je vous dis?
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do? Excuse me, Elizabeth, but some very urgent business has cropped up. We could speak tomorrow.
No, Louis, don't leave me alone. They've come back.
Good night, madam.
Là, ma pauvre vieille, tu te démerdes, hein. C'est bon, j'espère que ça va foutre. Hein. Chacun sa merde. Chacun se débrouille comme il veut, hein. C'est bon.
Well, well, Louis, you took your sweet time. What did our poor Elizabeth want?
The real question would be this. What exactly are you doing, Emily, in my room?
I've enjoyed our discussions very much, and I had hoped that we could continue them.
Emily? Have I misunderstood something here? What are you doing in my room?
And for a while now, the question has been nagging at me.
And that explains why I now find you here in my bed. Go ahead. Ask me the question that's been burning at your lips.
I know your mother was here to meet someone, but I can't figure out who.
Oh, so that's what's been hiding behind all this.
We are both members of the Order, Louis. Let's try to be honest with each other. I have followed with great interest your affair in Paris, in connection with Mr. von Borchardt. You managed to steal something from him, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. And what about you, my friend? What were you and your dear sister looking for here?
Well, our mission was to find out more about that particular book.
And why that one?
Let's just say that the Queen is dementia.
Well, how about that?
This is quite fascinating. But just what did Sarah
My mother came here to find out who
here?
von Borchardt planned on selling the book to.
And did she find out?
I have no idea, but I think she thought it would be someone invited to Mortimer's next party.
You mean one of us here now?
That's what I think. It wouldn't be you, by any chance.
Unfortunately, no. I was planning to steal it myself. Thank you for all this information, Louis. Right. enough chatting. Come and join me instead.
Oula. Oula. Ok.
I have to go, Louis. I don't want anyone finding me here in the morning.
You're right. Well, have a good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow, rested and ready.
Sure thing.
Ils ont fait leur affaire. Ok, qu'est-ce qu'il se fait que c'est encore?
Lord Mortimer?
Monsieur de Richet, at last we meet.
Eh bah dis donc. Eh bah dis donc. Eh ben on a fini l'épisode 1, on a fait l'épisode 2. Je l'ai pas vu passer l'épisode 2. Enfin l'épisode 1 je l'ai pas vu finir. Eh ben les amis, c'est ouf. Bon bah j'espère que ça vous aura plu. Hein. À demain pour la suite des événements. Ciao tout le monde, c'était The Greatest Man.